entertaining for you guys. So let's start with the pledge. Please stand for the pledge. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the
Please stay standing for the national anthem, sung by Anna Lynn.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. When the rockets rang out, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi everybody. My name is Lauren, and you guys can take a seat if you want. I'm Queen for the House of the Philippines, and I'm president for the Queens organization for this year. So basically, what Queens is, if you don't already know, is it's a multicultural organization focusing on building cultural tolerance around San Diego. We do community service events around San Diego. We have bi-weekly meetings where we discuss upcoming events and things like new ideas that we have to spread our culture. We have like cultural presentations, and we just learn about each other's cultures and teach other people about our cultures as well. And if you guys, we have a varied range of ages from 8 to 18, so if you have any younger girls that would want to join this community service event, community service organization, then we would love to have them. And the way that you join is you go to your house, whichever one. There's all these cottages over here. There's so many houses that we represent, and you just ask them if you can be a part, and then you become part of our organization as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Monsi Jain. I'm the Queen for the House of India and Secretary for the HPR Queens organization this year. Queens volunteers at a variety of events. We hold our own events such as this one. We volunteer at events such as the December Nights event, and we also do ethnic food fair. Along with that, we are at various events throughout San Diego County, whether it be feeding the homeless or making care packages. We're always around here, and we're trying to spread cultural diversity while also promoting tolerance.
Hi, I'm Kylie Valenci. I'm the Queen for the House of Israel and the Treasurer for the Queens organization. So at our lawn program today, as you can see, we have tables set up along the sides where you can learn a little bit about some of their culture from the girls. In the middle, we have a lot of activities for the young kids. And in the back, we have a booth where we're selling ice cream sandwiches, root beer floats, chips, and some water. So make sure you stop by that after our program. Enjoy.
So we're going to be doing some of our Queens dances that we teach the girls that we all can do, and then after that we'll have some performances by all of us. But first, I want to introduce the girls that will be performing and that are some of the girls that are part of our organization.
So my name is Nicole Nemechek. I'm from the Czech and Slovak house, and I am wearing a costume called a Kroj from Kiev.
Hi, my name is Joanna Donat. I'm from the House of Sweden, and I'm wearing a traditional Swedish outfit that represents the flag colors.
Hi, my name is Astrid. I'm queen for the House of Norway, and today I'm wearing a traditional Norwegian bunad, and it comes from Aust-Agder, which is the southern part of Norway.
Hi, my name is Ingrid, and I'm the Pewee Princess of the House of Norway, and I'm wearing a bunad.
Hi, I'm Judy Kang. I'm the junior princess of the House of Korea, and I'm wearing a hanbok, which is a traditional Korean dress.
Hi, I'm Esther. I'm a princess in the House of Korea, and one unique fact about Korea is that Samsung, which is like a phone and TV company, originates from Korea.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Espejo. I'm queen of House of Peru, and I'm wearing a marinera dress. And one unique fact is Machu Picchu is one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Hi, my name is Luna, and I'm also wearing a marinera dress, and I am a princess. And one fact is that the potato originated from Peru.
Hi, my name is Mia Meyer. I am also a junior princess for House of Peru. I am also wearing a marinera dress, and a fun fact is that there are many tourist attractions in Peru.
Hi, I'm Marissa. I'm also wearing a marinera dress, and I'm the junior princess from the House of Peru.
I'm Annalyn Lane. I'm a princess from the House of the Philippines, and I'm wearing the cultural dress for the Tinikling dance, which is a cultural dance for the Philippines.
Hi, I'm Elle Harkins. I'm princess for the House of Philippines, and an interesting fact is the Philippines is made up of over 7,000 islands.
I'm Jaylene, princess for the House of Philippines, and one interesting fact about the Philippines is we have over 100 languages spoken.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Roberts, and I'm the queen for the House of Italy, and I'm wearing traditional formal wealth from Italy.
Thank you for listening to that. Okay, so we're going to be doing our Queen's dances. There's going to be 4, and the first one is the Israeli line dance.
Next, we will be performing the Circle of Eight.
Next up, we will be performing the Friendship Dance.
Our last dance will be the mirror dance.
Hehehe
And then, so that concludes the Queen's dances, but we're gonna have some individual cultural performances. And the first to come up is Peru. Up next we have India, and she's going to read a traditional story from India.
The fable that I'm going to be reading is called The Man of Luck and the Man of Pluck. A king in the east said to his minister, "Do you believe in luck?" "Yes," said the minister. "Can you prove it?" said the king. "Yes, I can," said the minister. So one night, he tied up to the ceiling of a room a parcel containing peas mixed with diamonds and let in two men. One of them believed in luck and the other in human effort alone. The former quietly laid himself down on the ground. The latter, after a series of efforts, reached the parcel and felt in the dark the peas and the stones. He ate the peas one by one and threw down the hard, uneatable things at his companion, saying, "Here are the pebbles for your idleness." The man below received them in his blanket. In the morning, the king and the minister came to the room and bade each to take himself what he had got. The man of effort found he had nothing beyond the peas he had eaten. The man of luck quietly walked away with the diamonds. The minister said to the king, "Sire, there is such a thing as luck, but it is rare as peas mixed with diamonds. So I would say, to live for long only by luck can be awfully hard to do." Thank you.
Hello, my name is Esther Kane from the House of Korea, and today I'm going to be sharing some information and background about K-pop. So K-pop is a very global phenomenon in Korea and all around the world, and they call it Hallyu, and it's called the Korean Wave. And it's the idea that South Korean pop culture has grown in prominence to become a major driver of global culture, and that's why it's so popular. And
it's in Korean dramas on Netflix to Korean skincare regimens dominating the cosmetics industry to delicious Korean tacos on your favorite local menu. And it has truly become a local phenomenon thanks to its choreography and addictive melodies. And it involves attractive South Korean performers who spend hours singing and dancing. And it has been around for about 2 decades, and it has become very visible to audiences and in the past like 5 to 10 years. And South Korean artists have hit the Billboard Hot 100 chart at least 8 times since the Wonder Girls first did it in 2009 with their hit Nobody, and it released in 4 different languages. And there are some examples of K-pop groups that you may have heard of, such as BTS and GOT7 and Psy and his very popular song called Gangnam Style. And thank you for listening, and we have a House of Korea booth over there in the back, and you can go over there to learn more about Korea itself and more information about K-pop and its culture. Thank you for listening.
I would just like to add also that being part of Queens, like, it's a great opportunity to kind of, if you're not really comfortable with public speaking, like, you will get more comfortable in our group, and I think it'd be a good idea for younger girls to start beginning to learn how to talk in front of people like that. Our next will be House of Palestine, and she will be reading a poem of hers.
This poem is called I Come From There by Mahmoud Darwish. I come from there and I have memories. Born as mortals are, I have a mother. In a house with many windows, I have brothers, friends, and a prison cell with a cold window. Mine is the wave, snatched by seagulls. I have my own view and an extra blade of grass. Mine is the moon at the far edge of the woods, and the bounty of birds, and the immortal olive tree. I walked this land before the swords turned its living body into a laden table. I come from there. I render the sky unto her mother, when the sky weeps for her mother, and I weep to make myself known to a returning cloud. I learnt all the words worthy of the court of blood, so that I could break the rule. I learnt all the words and broke them up to make a single word, homeland.
Next we'll have a song sung by our 2 princesses from the House of the Philippines.
So this is a Filipino love song called Ikaw, which means you, and it's by Yan Constantino, and it's sung in Filipino. And hope you enjoy it. We'll try our best.
Ng bawat oras ay ikaw ang iniisip-isip ko. Hindi ko mahinto piling ng puso. Ikaw ang pinangarap-narap ko. Simula ng matanto na balang araw iibig ang puso. Ikaw ang pag-ibig na hinintay. Puso at alumbay ng kahit tagal. Ngunit ngayon'y nandito na. Ikaw ang pag-ibig na binigay sa akin ng may
Palestine, you shine bright for all to see. From the Mediterranean to the Dead Sea, Gaza and its beaches are running toward you from the west. Jericho and its ruins are waiting for you from the east. Jenin and its gardens blooming, Bethlehem and its mountains viewing, Jerusalem and the dome of the rock waiting to meet you, the wall of Akka weeping to see you, the smell of oranges from Jaffa, the taste of figs from Ramallah, Knefa sweet as Nablus, Fanefin paired with the fruit of olive trees, the Holy Land including the Church of Nativity, Hebron filling jars of sand art, Nepkin playing through the streets, sewing embroidered cloths of all kinds, all 4 seasons exist here. City speaking Arabic, Palestine waiting for you to come again.
Next up, we have a story from the Philippines called The Legend of the Pineapple.
Hello, this is The Legend of the Pineapple. Once upon a time, there was a woman who lived with her daughter Pina in a tiny hut in the village. They were poor, and the mother worked day and night to make both ends meet. No matter how hard she worked, though, she never got any help from her daughter. Pina was a lazy, spoiled kid who liked to play in the backyard all day. Whenever her mother asked for help around the house or tried to send her on an errand, she would always find an excuse by saying she can't find the object that was needed to complete her task. If her mother asked her to sweep the house, for example, she would say she cannot find the broom, even if it was right there in front of her. Needless to say, her mother always ended up doing the work herself. One day, her mother became very ill. She called out to Pina, who was usually playing in the backyard. Pina, come over here. I'm very sick. Can you cook some porridge for me, please? I am too weak to get up. Pina ignored her mother and continued to play. Pina, come over here this very instant or else. Pina's mother mustered all of her strength just to say this, but it worked. Pina grudgingly stopped playing and went inside the house. She poked her head inside her mother's room. What do you want? You really expect me to cook for you? That's too hard, protested Pina, shouting and stomping her feet. Pina, it is very simple. Just put some rice in a pot and add water. Once the water boils, let it simmer for a while. Stir it occasionally with a ladle. Everything you need should be right there in the kitchen. She reluctantly left and went to the kitchen. Her mother could hear her banging the drawers and cabinets. Then her mother heard her open the back door and sneak out into the backyard. Her mother waited and waited. Finally, she called out to her daughter again. Did you cook like I told you to? No, was the defiant response. And why not, was her mother's exasperated response. Because I could not find the ladle. Oh, you lazy child, you probably did not even bother to look for it. What am I going to do with you? Here I am, sick, and I cannot even count on you. Her mother wept bitterly. In her anger, she shouted, I wish you would grow 1,000 eyes all over your head. Then you can find what you're looking for. Maybe then you won't have any more excuses. As soon as she said this, there was complete silence. Her mother thought, she is trying to be quiet, so I will forget about asking her again. She sighed. She waited a little bit to see if her daughter would come back. Realizing the wait was futile, she wearily got up to do the cooking herself. When she looked out in the backyard, her daughter was nowhere to be found. She sighed again and said to herself, that lazy kid probably went to a friend's house, so she did not have to do any more errands for me. Exhausted from the exertion, she soon went back to her room for a much-needed rest. Weak as she was, she tried to do everything by herself, having given up on any help from her daughter. Hours passed, and then days. Still no sign of her wayward daughter. With a heavy heart, she thought that Pina had ran away for sure. When she recovered from her illness, the first thing she did was look for her daughter. No one had seen or heard from her. It was like she disappeared into thin air. Months passed, and still no sign of her. The mother felt bad for her angry outburst, and she feared that she might probably never see her daughter again. One day, she was sweeping the backyard where her daughter used to play. For months now, she had noticed a strange plant growing on the very spot where she last saw Pina. By this time, the leaves of the plant had fully opened. Inside, she saw a strange yellow fruit that resembled a child's head with 1,000 eyes. 1,000 eyes. She suddenly remembered the spiteful words she used that fateful day. With horror, she realized that in the same way her mother's love had spoiled her daughter, so did her anger unwittingly curse her. Somehow, her daughter had been turned into this plant. To honor the memory of her beloved daughter, she named the fruit Pina. She took such loving care of it like it was her own daughter. The fruit flourished so well it bore more and more fruits and became popular among the village and the entire country. The name later evolved to piña, or pineapple in English, and that's how the pineapple came to be. Thank you.
And our next reading will be from House of Israel, Kylie.
This is a poem called A Longing to Return to the Land of Israel. My heart is in the east and in the uttermost west. How can I savor in food? How shall it be sweet to me? How shall I render my vows and my bonds, while yet Zion leads beneath the fetter of Edom and I in Arab chains? A light thing would it seem to me, to leave all the good things in Spain, seeing how precious in mine eyes to behold the dust of the desolate sanctuary. Thank you.
And next, there will be some fun facts from House of Italy.
So the first fun fact is the average Italian eats about a half a pound of bread per day. The second one is the average Italian consumes 26 gallons of wine each year. Italy is the fourth most visited country in the world with about 5 million visitors annually. Ice cream cones were invented in Italy and so were eyeglasses. Pizza was invented in Naples. And Italy has more masterpieces per square mile than any other country, reflecting the country's love for great art. Italians experience more earthquakes than any other country's people. About 85% of Italians are Roman Catholic. There are 2 independent states that sit within Italy's borders, San Marino and Vatican City. Every day, about 3,000 euros are tossed into Rome's famed Trevi Fountain, and the money is used to subsidize a market for Rome's need. Thank you.
And for the last performance is House of Peru, and then we'll be doing some other things after that. to conclude our presentation, or our performances, we're going to have the girls come up and tell you guys our favorite thing about Queens.
My favorite part about Queens is meeting new people.
My favorite thing about Queens is being able to spread my culture with everyone. It's all I love.
My favorite thing about Queens is how much I've learned in the time that I've been here. So I really love learning new things, and this allowed me to learn about my culture. So salamat po.
My favorite thing about Queens would have to be the girls that I'm in this program with and getting in touch with my culture. Salamat po.
So my favorite thing about Queens is that we get to learn about each other's cultures and spreading diversity through San Diego. 감사합니다.
My favorite part about Queens is to become comfortable in speaking in front of other people.
Our favorite thing about Queens is being to each other. Gracias por venir.
My favorite thing about Queens is that we do a whole bunch of community service events which really benefits our community and just everyone in general. Thank you.
My favorite thing about Queens is probably doing all the fun things we get to do.
My favorite thing about Queens is making new friends.
Our favorite thing about Queens is expanding our knowledge of our culture,
as well as others.
My favorite thing about Queens is being able to give back to the community. Shukriya.
Thank you for watching our performance. Please support us by eating at our booth.
If you have any more questions about our organization, you can check out all of our booths. We can all answer your questions. And we're also serving ice cream sandwiches, root beer floats, water, and yeah. So please check it out, and we'd love to have you guys come up to us. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Rachel from the House of England. I hope you enjoyed our lovely queens and princesses. They're a really special part of our organisation. Yeah, let's give a hand to all the queens and princesses. And then on behalf of the House of England, I'd also like to invite you to our lawn programme, which is next Saturday, April 14th, 11 till 5. We have a really great lineup of events for you. The Baja Bugs are a local Beatles tribute band. They're playing from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We have a chivalry group doing a deed of arms, so knights in shining armour will be here. We also have a corgi group coming through. The corgi meetup group comes through, and we have a photo opportunity with our cutout of the Queen and the corgis. And lots of lovely food, lots of other events going on. So please come and join us next Saturday. We have some flyers in our
House of England Cottage if you'd like to pick one up. It'll be a really fun day. Thank you, and how about another round of applause for the Queens and Princesses?